In order to understand the concepts covered in Lesson 2, you need to be familiar with the following topics covered in Lesson 1. Overview of relational database, data storage terminology, and introduction to SQL. By the end of Lesson 2, you should be able to write simple SQL select statements and make use of functions in select statements to customize the output. By now, you would be familiar with Alice, the HR manager in Aura IT. Alice and Aura IT represent the business case used to explain the concepts covered in the videos. Alice manages the HR database application at Aura IT. Lesson 2 has a total of 8 videos, which should be completed by the end of second week. You are currently watching the first video, part 1 of the series. In part 2, retrieving data is discussed. You will learn the syntax and usage of the basic select statement, which is used to retrieve data from database tables. In part 3, restricting data, you will learn to limit the rows that are returned by a query using the where clause. In part 4, sorting data, you learn to sort the rows that are returned by a query in ascending or descending order. In part 5, computing with single row functions, you are introduced to the various single row functions available in SQL to customize the output. You will also learn to use these functions with character and number data types in a query. Part 6, working with date functions, is a continuation of the previous part and teaches you how to use the date functions such as isDate and current_date in a query. Part 7, understanding conversion functions, explains the difference between implicit and explicit conversion functions. You are also introduced to examples of using explicit conversion functions. In Part 8, working with general functions and conditional expressions, you learn about the various general functions that work with any data type. You will also learn to write decision logic in SQL statements using conditional expressions. At the end of Lesson 2, you will get a chance to practice what you have learned by solving homework assignments. We encourage you to go ahead and solve them to improve your SQL skills. Ensure that you set up the environment to execute the homework queries correctly. The steps to follow for setting up the environment are given in the Getting Started with Homework document. If you have any questions regarding the homework assignments or if you are stuck while doing the homework, we encourage you to collaborate with us or discuss with your co-students in the course forum to get help. Make sure to take the quiz for week 2 and submit it before the deadline. Passing the quiz is compulsory for course completion. Looking forward to your wholehearted participation this week. Thank you and have a great day ahead.